So I'm going to start talking Tennessee, Denver in a minute. But first, I want to talk about statistics that lie. And second, I want to talk about number one overall draft picks in their road openers, like we're going to see for Cam Ward. And statistics that lie, we're going to talk about Tennessee's defense that was allowed the third fewest yards per game in the NFL last year. Let's break down the Titans and the Broncos. Teddy covers from WagerTalk.com with a big game breakdown for Week 1 NFL action. And right now, looking at my Odds Logic live odds screen. By the way, get a free 7-day trial of Odds Logic live odds screen. I think it's a great product. I'm happy to endorse it. oddslogic.com/Teddy gets you free 7-day all access. Plain and simple. It's good. Again, it's free. Try it. Looking at my Odds Logic live odds screen right now, I'm seeing mostly, let's call it anywhere between 8 and 9 for Denver. Let's call it 8.5. Total sitting 42.5 for the Broncos and the Titans. And I've been reading some stuff about how Tennessee's defense was pretty good last year. Tennessee finished third in the league in yards per game allowed. And they got wise guy support all year as a result because their defensive statistics were decent. Just because teams aren't marching up and down the field against you doesn't mean your defense is good. And when you're minus 16 in turnovers, opponents have short fields against you, which happened all year for Tennessee because they turned the ball over a ton. So the yardage numbers, less than they would be. In addition, you're playing with a lead in the second half of these ball games. Are you airing it out? No, you're burning clock. Again, Tennessee's defense getting credit where they don't deserve. Tennessee did not have the third best defense last year, or the fifth, or the seventh, or the 10th. All right? But the markets look, the wise guys look and say, oh, look at this. Their defense was third in the league last year, yards per game allowed. I'm not buying it. I think that is a very misleading statistic. Then we need to talk about what happens when the number one overall draft pick goes on the road in their road opener. Let's see. Bryce Young in 2023, he lost 24-10 to the Falcons. Trevor Lawrence lost 37-21 to the Texans. Joe Burrow lost to the Chargers. Kyler Murray got a tie in his debut against the Lions. The Lions were bad back then. Andrew Luck lost by 20 points to the Bears. Cam Newton lost by a touchdown to the Cardinals. Sam Bradford lost also to the Cardinals. Matthew Stafford lost by 18 to the Saints. Carson Palmer lost by 7 to the Jets. You know, we can go on and on. I do not want the pride of incarnate word, Cam Ward, in his road debut as an NFL starter. Not against Denver's defense. Denver's defense, unlike Tennessee's, Denver's defense is elite. They were rock solid last year. They were dominant in the offseason in terms of the moves they made, personnel moves. Denver, I mean, it's a Super Bowl caliber defense on paper, and they certainly played like that in the preseason. The depth is there. It's going to be difficult for good quarterbacks to move the ball against the Broncos, let alone weak QBs. So before I talk about the Denver side of the equation, do want to let you know what's going on this week at WagerTalk.com. Obviously, week 1 of the NFL, my track record in week 1's good. I don't brag a lot. This is an opportunity for me to brag. I'm 30-11 over the last 10 years, counting every week 1 play every year. 73% over a 10-year span. 8-2 with the 5% big ticket plays in week 1. You guys know me. I do my homework over the summer. That gives me an edge early in the season. September football has been good for the clients and I long term, and I expect it to be successful again this weekend. Check out my page, wt.buzz/TC, or just visit wagertalk.com to get on board. And best deal right now, we got a 7-day, $77 all-access pass. Get you college football, get you MLB, get you NFL, 7 days, $77. Check it out. Again, wt.buzz/TC. I encourage if you're a first-timer, this is a great opportunity to get on board. Let's work together. Let's partner up and see what we can do for our bankrolls over the course of the next 7 days. I'm anticipating good results. So 9 of the Broncos' 10 wins last year came by 9 points or more. They were consistently able to win by margin. Note the difference, by the way, between the 8s and the 9s in the marketplace. A lot of the 9s, I call them teaser protection lines. Books that are worried about 6-point NFL teasers getting below the key number of 3. Instead of moving, they go from 8 to 9 instead of 8 to 8.5. So don't be worried too much about the 9s. And of course, we talk about key numbers in the NFL. Yes, every half point matters. The difference between 8, 8.5, and 9 is relatively small compared to most of the other single-digit numbers. You know, like the difference between 2, 2.5, or 3. 6.5, 7, 7.5. You get what I'm saying. This isn't about around a key number. So even if you've missed the best of the number with Denver, I think it's reasonable to find a reasonable price to get on Denver. And that's how I'm going to look here. All right. I understand it's a square side. I understand that the public is in love with the Broncos. But they're in love with the Broncos because the Broncos are a lot better than the Titans. The Titans may well have one of the worst records in the NFL again. This year, the Titans were point spread disasters last year because their defense statistics lied all year. And they're lying again in retrospect. So, for me, it's a one-way game here. It's Broncos or pass. I like the Broncos. I wouldn't argue with anyone looking at the under in this ballgame as well. But on the other hand, Bo Nix might be pretty good. Nix had a good preseason. Nix has got weapons. I'm bullish on the Broncos. It's Denver or pass for me in week 1. And that's why I'm looking at Denver and Tennessee in week 1 of the season. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate those likes, follows, and comments. Check out my page, wt.buzz/TC, or just visit wagerstalk.com. And best of luck with all your bets in week 1 and beyond. Cheers.